Okay, hey everybody, Coach Blauer here, and we are doing Whiteboard Wednesday, and I'm going to do a little bit of a rant here and talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs applied to your personal safety. So one of the things I want to reframe is, think about this: when you're like 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, whatever year you started studying martial arts, seriously, what was your original goal? What was your original intent? Wasn't it self-defense? I mean, mine was when I was a kid. And then suddenly I wanted to get a black belt in Taekwondo. And then I wanted to be a competitive boxer. And then I wanted to learn Wing Chun. And then I wanted to learn Tai Chi. And then I wanted to learn, and so on and so on. And so I want us to always come back to, our core in everything that drives us as a human species, and that's survival. But let's look at what people do in the trap that people fall in, and it kind of goes something like this. Basically, we'll start here, and that's the tip of the spear. That's the top of the pyramid, and this is the area where everyone gets. This is the shiny ball in our life, and this is where everyone wants to learn fancy techniques, right? This is where we want to learn the sexy shit. I can't even spell sexy shit. Shit, by the way, stands for, it's an acronym, seriously high intensity training. And this is where we get all our focus. Below that, we continue down, is all of the cool drills. So this whole area is the drilling, right? So if you're, if you're doing jiu-jitsu, you got, your position drills. If you're doing Kali, you're doing your Huba drills. If you're doing Tai Chi, you're doing sticky hands. This is all the drills in here so that we get to do that stuff when we spar or when we fantasize about what we're going to do in a real world scenario. And then below that, what gets supported, it's like I'm drawing a fucking red Christmas tree. I don't understand what's going on. I'm just going with it. You guys stick with me. So this tier here is actually the training we do. The training we do, okay? And what that training is, that could be running, that could be weights, that could be CrossFit, that could be any type of calisthenic stuff like that. And it's super cool. We do all that training. But what we've all forgotten, and I just want to do something here, just to go with the Christmas theme, is I'm gonna make this green here. This is in getting ready for Christmas, guys. What we've all forgotten about here is the bottom of this, and I'm just gonna pick another color here. And the bottom of this, the foundation, is truly survival. And all of anything to do with survival is going to be made up of physiology, physics, and psychology. And of course, you all know that that is entirely what SPEAR is about. That's all we do. It's truly the science of self-defense. Everything we do can be tracked back to physiology, physics, and psychology. And so, two things, and this is one of the things that I want you guys to think about. And if you've been tracking us for a long time, you know that one of our most popular or famous maxims is probably 20 years old, but it's be careful what you practice. You might get really, really good at the wrong thing. Be careful what you practice. You might get really good at the wrong thing. Now, understand this, like these here is like this whole thing is a category 1 is over here, category 2 is over here, category 3 is over here. And remember, category 1 is all martial arts, category 2 are combat sports, category 3 is reality-based self-defense. They are all practiced in the very traditional sequential relationship. If he does this, you do that. It's step by step, it's technique, it's movement, it's position. It's not brain-based in the way it's taught conventionally. Category 4 or violent encounters, and violent encounters, okay, violent encounters are controlled by the bad guy. He picks the scenario, he picks the time, and you go from there. And again, this is very provocative for a lot of people. A lot of people misunderstand. They think that if I'm saying, when I'm telling people, hey, you need to be thinking about like this area, because if you are scared shitless, unconscious, or dead, you don't get to this area or this area or this area, right? And so that's what we always say, the ability to protect yourself for a loved one is arguably the single most important skill you could possess. So this whole thing, this whiteboard experience, which looks like a freaking Christmas tree on acid or something, I don't know what the hell it is. It hopefully gives you an idea visually of what ends up happening. Remember, I, like everybody, got focused on all this stuff. And then to support this, and this is just the way like the brain works, neuromuscular communication. I want to get good at this, so I unconsciously or consciously start practicing stuff that supports that, and continue down here, stuff that supports this. So we start moving in this direction. What we need to be doing is thinking, I got to take care of this, true survival. I got to be able to protect myself. I got to be able to be a courageous bystander if called upon. And then from there, I can then specialize. So this is core competencies and foundational principles. And you can still be amazing at jiu-jitsu or taekwondo or boxing. Those are your sports. Those are your arts. You can still go with that. And remember this, guys. Remember our CCTV. Proof of principle. It's not what we believe. It's not what you believe. It's what we see. And what we see when there's real violence, when there's a real violent encounter, is primal gross motor movement. So hopefully you guys got some ideas out of this. I'd like to continue the conversation. So if you have questions about this, post them to the comments below. And I look forward to engaging you with more of these whiteboard sessions. Thanks.